29. Philosophy. Philosophy.
Ethics, logic, and aesthetics are important branches of philosophy.
Scope.
To prove the existence of life in space is beyond the scope of this book.
Aspect.
The book tries to deal with the different aspects of science and religion.
Discipline.
The Buddhist monks believe that discipline is required to think good thoughts. The disciplines of physics and astronomy are closely linked in contemporary science. The Spartans were savagely disciplined if they violated the rules. South Korea has disciplined military forces.
Humanities.
The humanities include literature, languages, philosophy, religion, and so on.
Ethic.
The public demands that teachers keep high standards of ethics.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics deal with the nature and creation of beauty and art.
Validity.
Scientists have performed experiments to test the validity of the theory.
Validate.
The theory of relativity of Einstein was validated by observations and experiments.
Domain.
The inquiry about the standards of justice remains in the domain of philosophy.
Realm.
I propose that all religions should stay out of the realm of science. All the regions around the sea belong to the realm of the kingdom.
Empiricism.
Empiricism emphasizes scientific experiments and observation as a source of knowledge.
Rationalism.
Rationalism regards reason as the chief source of knowledge and justification.
Sensory.
Humans have very delicate sensory organs such as eyes, ears, a nose, and a mouth.
Intuition.
Empiricists emphasized experience and denied intuition as the source of knowledge.
Deduce.
He deduced that if all the premises were right, he could calculate the size of a star.
Coherent.
His explanation was so coherent that I could understand his complicated theory clearly.
Premise.
His logic is based on the premise that humans have the innate ability to think reasonably.
Innate.
Some animals have the innate ability to find directions during migration.
Precedence.
The safety of the children should be given precedence over convenience.
Dialectic. Dialectics.
Dialectic includes the discourse between two people holding different viewpoints.
Thesis.
She wants to get a doctorate degree and works hard on her thesis.
Inquiry.
We have received a number of inquiries about the application to our university. The scientists made an inquiry into the mysterious source of energy. The scientist inquired into the mysterious source of energy.
Discourse.
He interpreted the discourses of Greek philosophers for modern readers.
Evaluate.
The scholars have evaluated his thesis thoroughly.
Facilitate.
The invention of the writing system facilitated the records of history.
Animate. Animate.
The fresh air from the mountain animated the exhausted traveler. Animate beings began to appear in the seas soon after the earth was formed.
Attribute.
Many scholars attribute South Korea's economic success to its top-rated education. The author attributed human characteristics even to inanimate things. A great leader needs such attributes as honesty, kindness, and the ability to think rationally.
Emphasize.
The Korean society emphasizes education a lot. The Korean society puts a lot of emphasis on education. Words in context. The scope of philosophy has changed over time. Ancient philosophers studied all aspects of the world that later became separate disciplines of social and natural sciences and humanities. Still, such realms as ethics, aesthetics, and the validity of knowledge have always been the domains of philosophy. Empiricism emphasizes sensory experience. Empiricists assert that all theories must be validated by observation or experiment rather than by reasoning or intuition. On the other hand, rationalism claims that knowledge or concepts can be deduced from coherent premises. Rationalism contends that, since reality has an intrinsically logical structure, innate reason has precedence over other ways of acquiring knowledge. This includes Socrates' dialectic method of inquiry through discourses. It is hard to evaluate which methods is better. Each method has facilitated and animated the inquiries for truth. The scientific development of the contemporary world is attributed to both methods.